Okay, welcome to Overview Part 2. As I mentioned in Part 1, every chapter is basically set up the exact same way. Now I'm going to go through them in a little bit more detail and give you a general idea of how the activities are completed by the teacher and the students. Again, every chapter begins with a chapter title page like this. We're going to go through Chapter 3, the doubles. It always starts with a discovery template. A discovery template is the one item that you might actually have the students consume. You could put it in a sheet protector and use marker, but sometimes it's good for the students to have this to study from. Okay, and basically what the teacher's going to do is just go through these examples with the kids. They're going to say, okay, everybody, let's count. How many white cubes do I have? Well, we have one right here, so we're going to write one white cube. And how many black cubes? One black cube. And how many total cubes do we have? Let's see, one, two. So that's a total of two. That's where the fact 1 plus 1 equals 2 comes from. And then we would come down here, 2 plus 2 is 4, 3 plus 3 is 6, and continue on. The back side of the discovery template just continues. This one starts with what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 6 and 6, 12, 7, 7, 14, 8 and 8, 16, 9 and 9, 18. Then it gives you some practice down here. Theoretically, these discovery templates would be completed on a Monday. It would be a good launch to the week. This would be doubles week. And basically, we would complete this discovery template. And I would assume if we're aiming for 10 minutes, we could probably try our first matcher, which is the next thing in every chapter. If you look at it, basically you have the problems going down the left and you have the answers going down the right. You could have students perform it again by themselves with a pencil if you want to consume it, or what you could do is slide it in a sheet protector, and what I do is pair the kids into groups of 2 or 3. Then I make it kind of into a race, and I say, okay, everybody ready? 3, 2, 1, go. And they try to match these as quickly as possible. So 2 and 2 is 4, 4 and 4 is 8, 3 and 3 is 6, 5 and 5 is 10 down here, 7 and 7, 14, 1 and 1 is 2, 8 and 8 is 16, 6 and 6 is 12, 10 and 10 are 20, and 9 and 9 are 18, and done. Now, one thing that I want to tell you, please don't share this information with the students, but basically I always design these so that they come in groups of, if you notice, these 3 go together, these 3 go together, this 1 goes together, this 3 goes together. I always do it in groups of 2 or 3. That way when a teacher walks around the room, if you look and it looks like a spaghetti mess in there, you can assume that the students did it incorrectly, because I never match a top problem with a bottom answer because it's just too hard to grade or too hard to assess. So basically they come in groups of 2s and 3s. Now I move it all around. It's a different pattern every time, and that's something for you to know, but please don't share that with the students. This next sheet is the one, I'm going to call it semi-controversial sheet. I will leave it up to your discretion. The reason it's controversial is this. When it was designed, basically it's another matching. It says 2 plus 2 is, and of course we know it's 4. Now the idea is the students are supposed to say 2 plus 2 is 4. 2 plus 2 is 4. 2 plus 2. Ah, there's the letters to the word 4. 4 plus 4 is 8. Let me see. 8, 8, 8. Ah, there it is. Now, if you're concerned about students spelling and you're worried that they're not, this is going to confuse them in any way, please do not use this sheet. I actually think what I'm going to do is make a doubles C. If you notice, this was A. Let me jump back a screen. This was double sheet A, and then this is double sheet B. I think I'm going to send along a double sheet C that has 2 plus 2, but then has the word spelled for F-O-U-R correctly. So if you want to use this as a challenge for some of your students, you totally could. If you're worried at all that this might confuse some students, then please just disregard it. You can use doubles match game A, and I'll be sending along double match game C that will be spelled correctly. Okay, so that's the next activity. Now we come to a game called the Factster game. This is the game where the students really get good at remembering their facts. So the way it works is there's 2 players. I'm going to call it player A and player B. So let me grab my pen again. Okay, player 1 is going to be called A, and player 2 is going to be called B. What's going to happen is player A goes first. They can pick any one of these problems. Let's say that they put a mark on 6 plus 6. They come over here and they solve it. 6 plus 6. If they don't know the answer, they can look back on their discovery template. 6 plus 6 is 12. Now, the way it works is there are lots of 12s on the board. Here's a 12. Here's a 12. Here's a 12. There's a 12. There's a 12. Lots of 12s, okay? But if they're an experienced player, they're probably going to put an X on this 12. Why? Because since it's next to a free space, they now have 2 in a row. The object of the game is to get 4 in a row. So this person already has 2. Now it becomes player B's turn. The first thing player B does every time is take their eraser and get rid of whatever player A chose. Why? Because player B can pick any of the choices themselves, including the same thing that player A picked. If they want to pick 6 and 6 and pick a different 12, player B can do that. But if player B is an experienced player, they're going to be concerned that player A already has 2 in a row. So they know if player A gets 10 and 6, that's going to be 4 in a row, and player A is going to win. So player B, if they're clever, is going to pick 5 and 5. Come on over here. Let's do 5 plus 5. And they get 10. They're going to go on the board. Again, there's lots of 10s. 10s all over the place. But they're going to pick this one. Why? Because it blocks the player from going to get 4 in a row. Okay, and then player A, most likely, I'll play a little bit longer. Player A, if they're clever, will say, okay, well, you blocked me that way. But so that player A erases, player B, A grabs their pen. And they say, okay, well, you think you blocked me going down. Well, now I'm going to go sideways. So they'll probably either get the 6 or the 18. So let's get them the 6. They mark 3 plus 3. 3 plus 3 gives you 6. Player A is X's, so now they have 2 in a row going sideways. Of course, player B now could get 6 and 6, block 12, or 9 and 9 and block the 18. And basically what happens is they go back and forth trying to get 4 in a row while trying to block the other player from getting 4 in a row. And the idea is hopefully they keep saying 2 plus 2 is 4, and 5 plus 5 is 10, and 7 plus 7 is 14. So many times that they almost learn the information by accident. So those are a few of the games that we're going to play during the week so that students can improve and get really good at the doubles facts. Okay, I think I'm going to stop this video. Let's check. Yep. For now, we're going to stop this video right here. That's a few of the games. So generally, you do the discovery template and a matcher on Monday, and then you can start playing games like this, the doubles Faxter game. And the Faxter game begins to help students start memorizing or mastering their facts. Okay, thanks.